welcome to the Hudson Talk podcast. We actually plummeted this week, 16th in Slovakia, according to Chartable. This week we got Randy, Corey, Alex, Jaimen, and our guest this week is the tournament director for the 2024 Colonial Acres Ace Race, Bryan. How you doing, Mark? What's going on?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
For a second there, I was like, there's not a T, right? I didn't want to say Bryan.
No, there's no T.
Is that a common thing or no?
It's very common. I get it a lot. I also get people who think Bryan is my first name.
I literally call you Bryan like on a regular basis, and
yeah.
we talk all the time.
Yeah, people who know me for years will like just slip and call me Bryan for some reason. I don't know.
You know, usually two first names on the internet is indicative of a scammer. I don't know if you guys are hip to that knowledge, but usually it's a big red flag having two first names. So that must be really tough for you.
Yeah, no one ever trusts me.
Up that way, it's no big deal. You got people with like three first names up there. So
yeah, a whole family of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Evan Chucks, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Did you listen last week, Mark? We had a few questions about the Ace Race.
I didn't finish it. I heard the part about the Ace Race. You guys did seem to have some burning questions that I'm happy to answer.
All right. Randy, what do you got?
I'll start with, did anybody show up like morning of, no warning, like I suggested? Was it an option?
Yeah, I really appreciate that call out on the podcast. It was not annoying at all. I loved fielding questions the morning of the tournament. People literally messaged me like an hour before it was supposed to start. Like, hey, I didn't sign up. Can I just walk on? No, it's not something you can do at a tournament. But I had some people message me like after it closed, like it always happens. I'm sure you guys understand. And I was able to accommodate a few people. But some of them I just said you could play, but I don't have a player's pack for you. So I had some space in some of the time slots.
And I don't think some people realize that. You're not going to order a huge amount. You're not a company. You're a person. So you want to be reasonable about how many you order. You might have a couple extra, but you're not going to have.
Right. That's why I closed registration like a little over a month before the event to make sure I had time to order all the players' packs. Because I didn't want to order too many and then have 20 packs that I'm out however much money that I'm not going to get back. So I waited till registration over. I ordered that many plus a couple. And I had some extra that I was able to get a couple people in last minute. But a handful of people had to they showed up and I let them play just for no players pack. This trophy only tournament anyway, so there's no prize money.
What were the discs?
So I'll go over the players pack and the rules a little bit. So first of all, I think some of the confusion from last week was that it is not an official Discraft Ace Race event. So what happened was I think the last year Discraft did the Ace Race was, I want to say 2018, maybe 2019. And they said, we're not doing it for now. It was probably because COVID. And, on their website for like 3 or 4 years, just like more info coming soon, never did. So I was like, well, I'll just do my own and I'll kind of use a similar but modified rule set, make it a little more beginner friendly. And then this year, because last year was the first year, and then like right after that, Discraft announced that Ace Race was coming back. And Discraft Ace Race has very specific rules. Like if I was going to run one of those, I have to follow the specific Discraft rules. But I did mine with like a point system. So there's 15-foot circles around all the baskets. And it's a little bit different than last year. I know, Alex, you and your family played last year. I modified the points this year a little bit because it's very beginner friendly. I have juniors. I have a lot of beginners. People bring in their family, their parents, their friends, their girlfriend, whatever. And with the rules I had last year, and especially with Discraft rules, there's a chance where people will be able to play and walk away with 0 points, which never feels good. So I modified it to be a little bit more generous. So for this year, it was all 9 red holes plus a bonus hole, which was like a short 100-foot hole with 8 different baskets kind of all put into a pattern of an ace, which is pretty cool. A lot of aces on that hole. And there's a 15-foot circle around all the baskets. If you land in the circle off your drive, you get 2 points. Hit metal is 5 points. Aces 10 points. And if you don't get any points on your first drive, you can try to throw again from wherever you landed to try to score a point from getting into the circle there. So nobody walked away with 0 points, which I'm happy with. Even the beginners, even the people who only played like 3 times in their whole life because they're somebody's friend or whatever, got dragged along, they still had a great time. So that was a point system, very different than Discraft. So I'm thinking next year, now that Ace Race is back, I might change the name of it so it's not as confusing to avoid any conflicts, people thinking it's going to be an Ace Race rule. Because with Discraft Ace Race also, you have to use a disc they provide for you. But ours, it was just bring your own. You get 3 drives off each hole. So I think some of the confusion also stemmed from the players pack. I'd set up a players pack on my own. I got packs of Ripped Showdown cards. Are you familiar with Ripped, Pat?
I've not played it. I know Corey's talked about it before.
Oh, yeah. Love forcing someone to throw a lefty roller or having to throw 10 pieces away in the garbage.
Yeah, Ripped is a lot of fun. It's just a card game. Like there's challenge cards. Like you said, you force people to throw different shots. Ripped Showdown is their new version, where every card has like a top section and a bottom section, where one section is going to hurt your opponent and the other section is going to help you, like, give you a mulligan or something like that. When you play a card, you get to choose whether you want to hurt someone or help yourself. So it's a lot of fun. I gave out packs of those in a player's pack, and I also had a Discmania shoulder bag, like a 5 or 6 disc shoulder bag with a water bottle holder. So that was like the small player's pack initially. It was only $20 registration fee. But then New York Disc Golf Supply purchased official Discraft Ace Race players packs as well and donated them to me for the tournament, which I wasn't aware of until like a few weeks before the event, that they just already had purchased those and said, we already have them, so we're going to give them to you for your tournament. So shout out to those guys. That was super nice. New York Disc Golf Supply and Troy did that. So we ended up getting a huge value for the players pack. Everyone was blown away because it was for $20. You got the Ripped shoulder bag. You got 2 Discraft Ace Race discs, which I'm not sure what they are. They're some kind of weird, like super glidey, wide-rimmed putter. I couldn't find anything about them online. Discraft just calls them Ace Race discs. There's no official mold. There's no tooling or anything on there. I'm not sure if the PDGA approved even. But they're like almost like a toss and catch kind of putter. And you also got a sticker, a mini, a towel, and a pin. And then we also had a photographer come, was getting cool photos of everybody for the day. He gave away calendars in the players pack as well, like high quality photo calendars. So it was really a crazy players pack for $20. It was honestly insane. But yes, that's to clarify the rules a little bit. And I know there's confusion there. Any other questions about those before I can get into the recap of the day?
Because you said you didn't have enough player packs, so I thought, that means you had to throw those discs, but you just got those discs. So how many discs did you end up getting?
So for the players pack, you get 2 discs per person.
Okay.
Some people were willing to split some of them up so they could make the players pack a little further, but I had 30 packs. I had 30 people signed up, so I ordered 32 packs. So I have 2 extra, and then I ended up filling those 2 extra spots. It was a flex start tea time event, so I had 2 extra spots on tea times, and then 3 other people ended up messaging me asking to jump on another card, and I just let them, because it was trophy only. So I said, I'll charge you $5. You don't get any players pack. I'll let you play be eligible for prizes and trophies. So a couple people did that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was a good deal. Ripped also threw some extra stuff in the box. The company that makes Ripped threw some extra stuff in the box because there's some space in the box, and they gave us like booster packs for Ripped, which I thought was super cool. I didn't even know they had those. And each one has like a rare card where it's like a shiny foil version of a Ripped card, which is pretty sick. So it was like a 6 or 7 card booster pack. So I had a bunch of those. I had 10 of those. So every card, I didn't tell anyone until they got back, but whoever kept score, I gave an extra pack to, just for thanking for keeping score.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it was a super fun day.
Alex now wants to go get them all, probably collect all the Ripped cards.
Yeah, it was really cool. That's one of the things I want to change from the regular Ace Race, because the original Ace Race, like this Discraft one, is definitely like experienced player centered, where it's not a lot of like beginner player focus, because it's really hard to set up like different divisions and stuff. Because there's people who can't reach the basket, they're not going to get any aces or medal hits, right? So I changed the rules a little bit. So I had pro division, amateur division, novice, and then 12 and under junior. So we had pretty good turnout. Like I said, 30 people all in all. There's some other events going on that day. I understand the fall is like crazy busy. Like there's stuff all over that weekend. So I don't fault anybody for playing one thing over another. We did have a handful of people come out, had a great time. Junior division winner was probably my favorite disc golfer, big number 1 fan, Kerrigan Bryan. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's really good, local junior player.
Are you guys related?
She has a really good coach. Yes, is my daughter. Yeah, she's really good. I mean, she's 9. She gets compliments all the time from people about her form and stuff. So super proud of her taking on junior division. She beat a couple of adults with her score as well. So she didn't, win by default or anything. And then novice winner was Joey Harrington. He did very well. He edged out novice by a few points. And then amateur winner was Christopher Evanchuk. So many first names there.
Legendary.
Yeah, legendary collection of first names. He got an ace. He aced the bonus hole. He doesn't have any aces. That's his first ace ever. So we were trying to congratulate him, hype him up. He's like, that doesn't count. It was only a temp hole. I was like, well, you threw from a tee, it landed in the basket, so maybe just take it.
And it was during an event, which is probably harder, no?
Exactly. It's a tournament throw from a regular tee pad into a regulation basket. So, it was all fair in my eyes. But he won amateur, and he only lost by 1 stroke to Greg Kurtz, who won pro. So Greg Kurtz had the high score overall, so he got the pro trophy. And also Discraft sent a
T-shirt?
Like, no, that T-shirt, I don't know where he got the T-shirt he was wearing.
Oh, okay.
That Jaimen assumed he won for me, but he did not get it there. I still haven't given him his prize yet. I haven't seen him yet, but it's a buzz that has like
milk. Oh, sorry.
the top point getter got a buzz that has like a holographic Ace Race logo on it. Really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, overall, the Ace Race went very well. Everyone's very happy. I do want to shout out Sean Dollard, who helped me out a lot. Anybody who goes to my events is going to see Sean. He's kind of like a right-hand man for a lot of this stuff. He helps me out with a lot of stuff at Colonial and Dubs and everything. And he's incredible. He's amazing. I couldn't do it without him. So shout out to him for sure.
So you said the plan is next year maybe change the name. Do you have any ideas yet?
I do. I have a few kicking around. I don't want to spoil anything.
That's fair.
Yeah, in case I want to pivot, or in case anybody else has another name that they're going to use. So I want to look it up beforehand, make sure nobody else has used some of the things. I want to make it unique for sure.
You could use the name of the park, drop one letter. That's all you'd have to do. You could just white out over existing signs and stuff, and that'd be the name of the tournament.
What letter would I take out?
The R.
Colonial Aces.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's so close.
I thought you were saying Colonial Acres Pack. I don't understand. What does that mean?
R is Colonial Aces.
Right.
Randy knew exactly what you were talking about, though.
Yeah.
He knows all about packs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, packs.
Yeah. I was thinking, because it's Colonial with a C, I was thinking the Colonial Chain Chaser Challenge. So that's 4 C's.
Like the breadcrumb.
Oh, 5.
It might be a mouthful.
What was that one? The salaciously sensational Stony Kill Showdown?
Something like that.
Right.
There were 5 S's. I don't remember what they were exactly.
Any other questions about the Ace Race? Any clarification anyone needs?
No, so you were able to use your own discs. That was...
Absolutely, yeah. It's 3 drives of each hole, but you can switch your discs in between. I brought my whole card out and was throwing different discs off each drive, because each hole there is a little bit different from the drive. You can't really just... I personally can't just take the same putter and throw every hole, because there's a lot of angles in play there. Have you played Colonial, Pat?
No, not yet.
Yeah. The reds are pretty short. They're all right around 200 feet. Some a little bit longer, some a little bit shorter. But there are some that require some angles. They're not all just straight shots. So for me, I can't just throw the same putter every hole.
Any other questions on the Ace Race?
Yeah, why didn't you play it this year, Alex? Mark was referencing your whole family there being last year. And is Randy the only one that played it here?
Ooh,
Nobody here played it this year.
I didn't play it this year either, no.
I know. That's why nobody can answer questions last week. That's why I had to come on specifically for this. Pat was like, there's chaos and confusion. We don't know what to do. I need you here to clear this out.
Exactly.
I mean, everybody was freaking out. He called me he was out of breath.
Yeah.
It was rough. He's like, please come clear this up. People were writing in, commenting. They couldn't figure it out. It was really bad. So I wanted to make sure I came on to clear the air.
This was the 14th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was at a volleyball tournament, unfortunately.
Yep, and Randy was at the Medieval Times or whatever it was. The Renfrew.
Exactly.
Now looking back at it, those sound like made up answers. When your friend says to come play a survey, oh no.
I think it was also the Discap Monthly that day at whatever, I forget where it was. It was at the Ski Mountain course.
Up in Hunter?
No, somewhere.
Down in Hunter?
Or Bosque, maybe? I don't know.
I almost thought about going. It was only about an hour away from me.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So wouldn't have been Hunter then.
See if I can check
It
this.
was
Where
Hunter.
it was, but
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
yeah.
Hunter's not in effect anymore, but it was around where that is. I think it's where the baskets were placed after they were taken off of Hunter. So it was in Tannersville, probably.
Yeah, Tannersville. That's what it was.
It says Farrellways or Elka Park.
Yeah, Farrellways. I saw that too. I don't know what that. I've never heard that before. Yeah, Jeff Wachowski ran it. I think they didn't have a huge turnout, but like I said, I knew there's a bunch of other stuff going on that weekend, so I wasn't going to fault anyone for missing kind of a fun little casual event of mine. Far from an A tier.
How many years has this event been going on?
This is the second year.
Second year.
So it's a lot of fun. I want to keep it going. Like I said, probably going to change the name, but definitely a lot of fun. Everyone has a good time. Everyone always mentions how fun it is. Because I like to have events like that where you can bring your kids or bring people who haven't played before and they still have a good time, which we saw probably about 10, 12 of them, of the people that came, were brought along friends, family friends, spouses, whatever. So that was super cool. People I haven't met before, regulars who brought people who don't usually play. So super cool. A lot of fun.
How many lost discs?
That day, 0, actually.
Oh, wow.
A few tried to get away. We had a few stuck in trees, a few that kind of went into the pond towards the edge that were able to get fished out.
And so usually those ponds gobble them up.
Yeah, the red tees, they play a pond adjacent. You kind of have to shank it in order to lose it. But, that doesn't make anyone immune by any means. Hole 8's the most notorious because, the basket, just circles edge to the right is where the pond starts. but it's pretty shallow there. So if you end up in there, you can probably get it back pretty easily.
Yeah, I forgot. Like hole 9 is on. You don't cross the big pond. And hole 1, you're not going to throw it into the pond to the right because you're not playing the line.
Right. Yeah. Hole 8's really the only one where water is really going to play. Like hole 9, you'd have to like throw it way too high with way too much hyzer, and not even maybe be anywhere close to the basket in order to hit the pond from there, or throw it backwards, I guess. Speaking of the pond at Colonial, if you got a disc back from the Colonial pond in the past maybe 3 months or so, you probably have Brandon Klein to thank for that. He has been swimming in that pristine, beautiful pond like every Monday before dubs for the past couple of months. He's looking for something specific for of his own. I think he hasn't found it yet, but he's probably fished out 100 plus discs since going in there several times. So if you have a disc that has a bunch of mud stains on it, you thought you were never going to see again, you can thank Brandon Klein for that.
Heck yeah.
Speaking of Brandon Klein, I forgot I was actually going to mention this. I don't know if anyone else noticed, but I sent you guys a screenshot in the group chat. It just happens to be Brandon Klein on Jaimen during the playoff of FPO at Green Mountain Championship with the pink shorts and the hater blocker sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
His classic pink shorts.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's actually how it caught my eye. I just like watching this, and I first saw pink shorts, and I looked up and I'm like, oh, shit, that's Brandon. Those are his favorite pink shorts.
You thought it was you for a second?
No, these are more like salmon, I think.
Yeah, his are more tasteful.
Yeah, and they're more like dress shorts.
And it looks like he's got Kenji's glasses from the 90s on, the sunglasses.
Yeah, Sean Dollar was at GMC too, so I gotta watch him and see if I can spot him.
I only made the glasses comment because he's my nemesis. I gotta.
Yeah, that's right. I was funny too. Like, oh, I
your arch enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whenever I play dubs with him, I'm like, yeah, I hope you're not offended, but I'm going on the podcast next week to talk to your arch nemesis, Pat. And he's like, I don't know why he says that. You got to get him on so you guys can have a rivalry.
Well, those are the best rivalries. Is the one-way one.
Exactly.
A lot of rivalries.
Yeah, he's like, Pat's always talking about you. He's like, I don't think about him at all.
That's what he tells you.
Yeah, right. You're in his head.
So what's going on at Thatcher Park?
Thatcher Park is in progress. I know Randy mentioned last week that he played some of the proposed tee locations. So the front 9 is finished. We don't have signs yet. The design process for the signs is in progress. Hopefully we'll have signs by the end of the year. The design process is going a little slower than anticipated. Some things have come up, but that's in progress. But the front 9, all the positions are finished. All the tees are in. All the baskets are in their final spots. The back 9, all the baskets are in their final spots. We only moved one on the back 9. But every hole, aside from hole 13, is going to have either a long tee or a short tee added. So some of them, the current position is going to be the long tee or the short tee. Hole 10 is going to have 2 new tees completely. We're going to move that tee over completely. And then 11 is getting a short tee. 12 is getting a short tee. And then the paint's probably dried up by now because I painted it a few weeks ago. But I am going to go back to the course this week and get some more work done. We still have to cut and assemble the frames for the tee pads. And I don't want to, I know Jaimen does a lot of coursework. I know all of you guys have done some coursework, but I don't want to make anyone jealous of what I get to do with the Thatcher crew, but I am very spoiled over there. They have like the best crew I've ever worked with. Literally, they bought all the lumber and they said, all you have to do is cut the lumber to the size you want and we'll take care of the rest. So I cut the lumber to the size and then they assembled the tee pad frames, put it on their trailer and bring it over to the spots it needs to be. They have their big like scoop loader bucket truck that they bring over and scoop out the tees. And then they set it, they level it. They have a mason on staff that comes and pours all the concrete. So all I have to do is cut the lumber to the size and then just paint the spots where they have to dig the holes and they do the rest. So stark difference from most of our 100% volunteer projects that we do in this cap area. It's like Colonial, I did it all by hand. I mean, myself and everybody who helped, obviously. And I'm sure a lot of you guys like Jaimen and Alex are used to doing everything by hand. So it was really nice to have them be like, yeah, we'll do it. I'm like, are you sure? This is new to me, but if you say you'll do it, then I'll take you up on it. So they're amazing over there. Remember one day Sean and I showed up a few months ago to finish the front 9. We showed up on a Friday, like 11 in the morning. And there was like 7 parks employees there waiting at the maintenance garage for us. And I said, yeah, all we have to do today is work for you. So like, this is amazing. So we were just like pointing out, hey, you dig there and put that there. So, no, we were nice to them, but it was super awesome. They had all their equipment. When we were moving the baskets, they had a skid steer, like little tractor thing with a big auger on the front that they were just drilling down into the ground, so we didn't have to dig that by hand either. Like I said, they had a professional full-time mason on staff that came around with his water truck, mixing the cement and pouring it right in. It was crazy. So huge shout out to the Thatcher Parks crew. Best crew I've ever worked with, hands down. Looking forward to finishing this project. But I'm going to meet there this week, get some of the tees cut. Hopefully by the end of October, we'll have everything finished up, including all the tees, hopefully the signs as well. So that's the progress there. And if you want to go out there and try the new spots, if like the paint lines that I put there are dried up, you can just let me know. I'll send you a map. But some of them are pretty cool. I know Randy said he played them. I really like them. Anything else you want to add, Randy? Anything? Did you play any of the new short ones in the back, or you just played the new long ones?
I scoped out the new short ones. I don't think I threw any of them, although I think a couple of them are Helderberg temp positions that I had already
like the 10 short
10
is going to be the Helderberg one between those two trees. That's a really cool spot.
Yeah, no, I like that one because I designed it, so
right.
but,
yeah, that one that when you and I were walking, I pointed it out to you. No, yeah, it's true. That's a great design. Yeah. Anyway.
Jaimen, let me ask you a question. If you're designing just a hole, what's first in your head? I know every hole's probably different, but like, are you putting the pin in the ground or the tee pad?
That's a good question. It's really depends on the hole. Usually I start off with trying to find a location for the hole. So it's like more finding a general area to put a hole and then trying to figure out the best place for those two things. But it's like I'm working on a hole. Actually, before I came here, I was cutting a hole in where both of them are kind of in flux and they're naturally very dependent on each other.
Yeah, for Thatcher, it was good because it was already existing course. So pretty much everything we already had a basket we were going to use or a tee that we are going to use in with the basket. So we already had one or the other in all the spots. So it's much easier than starting from scratch. So it kind of helped the process move a little bit faster.
Well, what's Fortin Park? Is that a new one?
Fortin Park is a brand new one-ish. So any old timers, OG disc cappers might remember 9 or 10 years ago, Fortin Park was designed, it was approved, all the donations were collected, and it was ready to be installed. And then the town of Oneonta, where Fortin Park is, either I hired a new lawyer or the lawyer that was there just decided to start poking around a little more. And they put their foot down and said there can be no sponsorships on the course. It's like no business involvement because most of the money was raised by local businesses who were sponsoring holes. And so they said, no, you can't have any business names on any of these signs. This can't be sponsored course. It's a town course. So they had to give all that money back and it never got put in. They even did a Pirate Monthly there, which is Jaimen talked about last week. It was like a 10 basket one. They did a whole one, like I said, I want to say 9 years ago, did like as like a fundraiser thing. So they had to give all the money back. Never went in. And then so it's been a kind of a rocky subject over the past few years because people have been asking about it, like, hey, what's ever happening? I thought that was going to happen. And then, obviously Kedji's been super busy with other parks and other towns have been coming to him asking for stuff. And I went to college in Oneonta, so I know the area very well. And I have some friends who live out there who also were willing to help. So I went to the town board earlier this year in the early spring and said, hey, I want to get this project going again. They were basically like, yeah, we've heard this before. What's different now? And I said, well, now your lawyer isn't here to tell us we can't do it. So I confirmed with them several times in no uncertain terms that sponsorships will be allowed. We will be able to feature sponsorships on the signs. We already have some money come in, pledge to sponsorships. So we're collecting money right now. We have a design laid out. I already walked through it with myself and Willie Harrison and Skylar Thompson, who's on the town board of Oneonta. And we walked through it as well as Josh from Rapid Rivers Disc Golf. I know you guys know him. He's out west, like towards Binghamton area. He's a disc golf shop. He runs events out there as well in Binghamton. And he's a super nice guy, so he's going to help out as well. So if you're interested in more information or you want to sponsor, if you go to Discap's website, hit the donate button. One of the options is Baskets for Fortin Park to help us get money for the baskets first. I am going to try to get out there early next month and put posts in the ground with buckets for play testing, and I'll flag off or mark off where the tees will be, so it can hopefully be play tested for a while before we actually put any spots in. Like it's all sections of the park that have been otherwise unused, pretty much. There's some like walking trails, and people may have been like just exploring around there, but mostly unused, kind of overgrown sections we'll have to clear out a little bit for. It's like a typical park. You have some woods and you have like the park side. So the front nine is going to be more park side, where it's like more open, kind of the edges of like where the baseball fields and stuff are. And then the back nine is going to be totally wooded, very tight lines, very technical. So it's going to be a good course, something for everybody. It's going to be the only course in that area. You have to drive, I want to say like close to 30 minutes to get to another one, which doesn't sound like a lot for some places, I'm sure, but it will be the first like permanent free-to-play course in Otsego County, where Oneonta is. So that's going to draw in a lot of people. So I want to make sure it was like, challenging, but also fair and also, approachable. I know Brewery Amagang has a course. I played that. That's kind of a very simple, while you're there, you can play it. Not really a destination course by any means. Still very nice, though. Very, very well manicured, very fun. It's only 9 holes. But very excited about Fortin Park. Like I said, if you want more info, you can go on Disc App. You can also, I've set up an email for it. If you want to email me about it, it's fortinparkdiscgolf@gmail.com. I don't have a Facebook page set up for it yet. I want to wait until we have it play testable before I post about that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want more info, just reach out to me or email me fortinparkdiscgolf@gmail.com if you want more info.
What's the logic behind not putting sponsorships on signs?
So that's something that I also got at Colonial Acres. Luckily at Colonial Acres, the town paid for everything, paid for all the tee pad materials, paid for the baskets, all that. So we did not have to fundraise. But one of the things that I've seen in the town parks that I've gone to is whether it's in their town charter or whatever it is, some of them are completely against like corporate sponsorships because they want like a community feel or neighborhood feel, whatever it is. I forget exactly the wording for Colonial Acres, but they specifically said like for events, if I want to do an event and say this was, sponsored by Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast or whatever, right? But I can't have your name on a sign, a permanent fixture at the park, because they only want it to be donations from the community members.
But you could do like a temporary sign on hole 1 for tournament day and then take it down after kind of thing.
Exactly. Yep, I could do that. Yeah, they've okayed that for certain events, which this is fine, but they didn't want any permanent sponsorships. That's why like the signs there, we were going to have some local businesses featured and like just to raise some extra money, but all they let us do on the signs was just Disc App because it's a not-for-profit.
I get it now. I just had no idea, but that makes sense. I mean, you see a sign on hole 1 and you think, Papa John's or something. Oh, they sponsor the park, so.
Yeah, it's just like a town bylaws thing. It's, it's probably a little over my head legally.
Well, it could just be an old law that's just still on the books kind of thing too. So
right, which I think that's how in Oneonta it kind of was. Like I think because they got so far the first time through, and the lawyer was like, "Actually, hey, wait a minute, I saw this thing, but now I confirm with them that particular lawyer who found that I guess is not there anymore. But I confirmed with the town board. I did a presentation in front of the town board and asked every single one of them to make sure. And they all voted on it to make sure. So if we get to the end of this point and they say, actually, never mind, I think it's going to be a wash for them at this point. But it's all looking good. Progress is, slow but steady. They are really on board with it. They're super enthusiastic. Everyone on the town board, even like when I went to the meetings, there are people there who are like attending the meeting, just like residents who we were talking about, we're going to have to dig these holes and do this. And someone chimed in and was like, oh, I can bring my little truck and I can bring my little my scoop loader, and people were super willing to help out. So that was super cool to hear, because it is going to be totally fundraised and it's going to be all volunteer labor like we usually do, because they can't, I forget what, again, another one of those bylaws where they can't actually like assign like their paid labor to it. But people are said, oh, after I get off the clock, I'll come back over with my truck and bring my shovels and whatever. So it's, they're very enthusiastic, looking forward to it. And, I'll keep everybody posted on progress. Like I said, I'll make the Facebook page once it's play testable. Speaking of posting buckets, Corey, did you end up checking if you had those? I know I messaged you the other day.
Damn it. Is that what this park is? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because you have baskets, right, sitting at your place?
Yeah, and some old like temporary materials like buckets and stuff. Yeah, I gotta check that again. It reminded me.
I asked Kenji and Earl and Jeff, I think, if they had, because I mean, posts and buckets is pretty common playtesting thing, so I just sure they had any laying around. They said to ask you, because you have the baskets that were like misordered or something, right? Don't you have those at your house?
I got all types of stuff in my house, baby. What you need?
Okay. Right.
But no, I do have to. Yeah, I forgot you messaged me about that. You should have reminded me sooner. But yeah, I got to check to see if I got.
I just remembered to remind you when I just started talking about it right now. So
okay, so you can take the blame for this one. That's cool.
Yeah, I'll next time on the podcast, I'll remember to ask you again. So Fortin Park progress is going. I'll keep everybody updated.
Absolutely. I've been to Oneonta once.
It's actually a pretty cool spot. There's a lot of cool local businesses. Have you ever had Oneonta style pizza?
It's that cold pizza bullshit, right?
Cold cheese pizza?
Cold cheese, hell yeah. That's the way to do it.
You said you went to college there.
Mm-hmm.
A friend from high school went to college there. I was living in Memphis shortly after that trip, and I would get like frozen pizza. I'd cook the frozen pizza, and then I'd throw like cold mozzarella cheese on top.
As soon as it came out of the oven? Yeah, I still do that. Absolutely, dude. That's the way to do it. I asked for that locally. Like I'll go to like local places around Albany and I'll say, hey, can you heat up this slice? But right when it comes out of the oven, can you throw a handful of cheese on?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, no, trust me.
It was also the first and last time I smoked weed out of a potato gun.
Oh, yes.
Just saying.
Potato
Oneonta.
gun.
That sounds like somewhere where someone definitely got shot in the face by a fucking spud gun. Like, damn, desk pop. Poof.
Yeah. Oneonta is an interesting town because there's like the city of Oneonta and there's a town of Oneonta. It has like every type of person you could possibly imagine. It's like one of the most diverse areas I've ever been to. Like there are people who are like obscenely wealthy who have mansions, and there are people who are, barely scraping by, like very like poor neighborhood.
How do you say the town again?
Oneonta.
Okay, so you
Oneonta.
you skip the first T, but you say the second T pretty hard.
There's only one T in Oneonta.
Yeah, I was going to say. I think
Oh wait,
You think it's you think it was Ontianta?
I thought
Ontianta.
for a second I thought you were saying
Ontianta.
two T's, but I didn't think most people even say that last T. I thought they just say Oneonta.
Yeah, locals say
Oneonta?
Oneonta.
Oneonta.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oneonta. You're right. That's how the townies say it. Like people who there, like for college and stuff, will refer to like locals as townies, which is kind of funny. And then also, a quick thing, probably already saw, but Colonial Dubs is over, ended for this season.
Just for the year or like for good?
just for the season, yeah. We're not ending it forever.
Do you guys do like a season-long thing or no?
We don't have a season leaderboard. No, I went against that because I wanted to keep the entry fee as low as possible. At just $6. I didn't want to do anything optional where like, optional CTP or optional seasonal thing, because that's just going to confuse me. If one person gives me $5, one person gives me $8, I'm going to get confused. I'm too stupid for that. So I want to make sure everybody pays the same amount of money every time. And I want to keep it super casual, and season leaderboards would attract more like kind of diehard people. But as of right now, there's only like probably 5 or 6 of us who are regulars who are there almost every week. So it wouldn't be a super competitive season leaderboard, honestly. We're ending up like 12 to 20 people a week, but a lot of people who are just in town or just got the night off of work. They usually have people. We don't have a whole huge group of regulars. There's a lot of people who are come in and out. So I felt that season leaderboards would like, if I make them pay into it, knowing like Randy, if I made him pay a season leaderboard, he only comes 3 weeks a year because of his little goblin spawn that he has.
Oh.
No comment on that.
But he did hit an ace.
Yeah, he comes once every 3 months, wins everyone's money, and then doesn't show up again. It's a really great pattern he has. Yeah, he did hit an ace that week of all Cali.
I've played there a lot and never hit an ace other than that night.
Yeah, which is like, I'm always surprised by how few aces we have every year.
Oh, yeah, it's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, the red holes, the red 9, it's 9 ace runs. Literally all aceable holes. And we'll either play double reds, depending on time, or we'll do reds and whites. And even 2 or 3 of the whites are ace runs as well. Like 2 and 9 are ace runs on the long tees, even for most people. So the fact that we only had 2 aces, I think, this year for the whole season.
Who was the other one?
I know Nick Esposito aced in league. He aced hole 4, which is like a 4-hand around a tree. And obviously Alex aced at the monthly, aced hole 3 red.
Yeah, is he still the image for the page?
He might be.
What's up with that?
I should not be.
I think, he might be. I'll have to look at it. I was going to change it to the image of Greg, Joe, and Earl, who all aced the same hole at the Ace Race. I was going to change it to that one because that's a really cool picture, cool story.
Sorry, Alex.
No, that's fair. It's been months.
You had your 15 weeks of fame.
Yeah.
So it's always surprising there's so few aces. Because like I feel like every other league, almost every week, I hear somebody ace like a 320-foot tunnel shot. I'm like, I'm at Colonial. We have a 180-foot wide open that nobody ever hits.
You know what, though? That's the scariest hole imaginable, a wide open hole. You give me 100 feet and nothing but grass in a basket and 5 shots, I'll throw something different all 5 shots because I just have no idea.
Yeah, because the tunnel shots, like you have to throw the one thing.
Yeah, exactly. But if it's straight, it's like, you're giving me too many options.
Right. You're drowned by choice.
If you did a league, who would you say would have probably done the best?
If I had a season leaderboard, I would have to say Chris Evanchuk would have won. He cast almost every week, if not every week. He also was there pretty much every week. It was him and his dad, Mark. He also would have done very well. Myself and Sean are also regulars. Willie Harrison is there pretty often. It would have depended on like how many weeks I dropped off the total or whatever. But if we're just looking at like who did the best overall, if I crunch numbers, I'm sure it would be Chris Evanchuk. It would have to be.
What about a putting league?
So Randy and I should be going out this week, which by the time of this airing, that meeting should have already happened. I may have already posted about it, keeping an ear out. But Randy and I should be meeting this week. talk about the details, but we'll probably be starting mid-November at 9-pin. Very similar, not exactly the same format as last year. We're going to have a pro league and then like a casual league. Casual league will be free. Pro league will be $5. And then every night you can show up and decide if you're a pro or not. You don't have to sign up in advance. You don't have to be locked into any kind of commitment. You can be a pro or an AM every week. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, however you're feeling. Payouts are all that week. That one does have a season leaderboard, but the prizes for the season are 9-pin merch. So they'll give us like t-shirt, fanny pack, sunglasses, whatever 9-pin merch that they'll give out to season leaderboard winners, because I keep a spreadsheet all season. So you don't have to buy into it. You just automatically enter into that just for showing up. And that'll be Monday nights as well. Mid-November. I'm not 100% sure on the exact date. We'll have to figure that out. Because 9-pin has been really expanding lately. They just expanded their facility. I think they bought the building next to them or did some construction added on. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to see if we can use any of that space. Maybe not, but I'm going to ask anyway. Like, they do a ton of different community events and like trivia and all kinds of cool stuff. So I got to make sure that we're not stepping on everybody else's toes with our schedule, but they are super nice, super grateful. I mean, Randy can speak to it, but they love us there. You know, they always want the seasons to start earlier and go longer because they love having us there on Monday nights, because Monday nights isn't like obviously the busiest night at a brewery. So the fact that we're drawing 60 plus people every Monday is, in a 2-hour window is huge for them. So we love it. They love it. Very symbiotic relationship.
Some places don't even open on Mondays.
Exactly, because it's so dead. Yeah, especially around here, like Albany area, there's a lot of places close Monday. That's like their one day.
Has anyone ever checked to see when most like burglaries happen?
No, I haven't.
No,
I don't really. Is that related to? Is it Mondays?
I don't know. I kind of feel like someone should check that. There could be a correlation here.
Okay.
You think that the people aren't going to bars or stealing shit?
Do you have any like devices nearby, Corey, you could like use to look that up, or no?
it's not Monday. We're saying Monday. Everyone stays home on Mondays. That is not the night when burglaries happen.
Yeah, okay, no. All the workers stay home.
Nobody's out, and everything's closed.
No one's at the businesses.
I think that's his point.
Commercial burglars, not home burglars. I get it.
No.
It's not happening at 9-pin.
What he's saying, it's an interesting point, but also you have to remember that is a point that Corey is making. So that's kind of a double. Yeah.
I was like, you guys were like exposing a lot of local businesses that now these criminals that listen to this podcast.
Just in case anyone's listening and getting a little fearful, you do not have to worry about a burglary occurring at 9-pin on Monday nights. If you want to be safe from burglaries, show up to 9-pin Monday nights between 5 and 7. You'll be hopefully burglar free.
I think Corey overestimates our reach.
I don't know.
It's a lot in Slovakia, Corey. They're not even around.
If any of these Slovakians, if you already listened to the other 13 golf podcasts and now you're on this one, and you want to know the safest place to be in Albany on Monday nights, there you go, 9-pin. I'm surprised there's 13 other golf podcasts in Slovakia.
I thought the same thing. Yeah,
that's great. When you said 9, I was like, oh, that must be bottom of the list, but no, it's room to grow.
I figured of all things to talk about in Slovakia, I didn't realize that golf was so high up there.
It probably isn't, Corey. That's why a disc golf podcast got one listen from a VPN for Slovakia, and it jumped all the way up to number.
Oh, it's probably just somebody nearby who is using a VPN.
Oh, 100%. But it's all in good fun.
Yeah, it's fun to pretend that we have a Slovakian.
Exactly. You said you couldn't stick around for too long. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about? Anything in particular?
That's everything I have on my list. I think I shouted out everybody I want to shout out. Obviously, like I said, Sean Dollard, huge help. Brandon Klein, the scuba diver. I have some other kind of hypothetical stuff in the works that aren't really ready to announce yet, but I try to be pretty forthcoming and pretty transparent with everything I'm doing. Once I know more about 9-pin, I'll post about that. They'll post about it too. Like I said, they love us there. We'll get a flyer and share that around. But also, Randy should be involved, so you have all the information I have.
We'll see.
Theoretically.
I'm not as reliable.
Yeah, sometimes we'll go to a meeting and be sitting there while I'm talking and be like, what?
I'm just thinking about basket placements, all right? I'm busy.
Yeah, right. Randy's a great partner to have in this one. I really appreciate everything he does. And then whenever he's not available, his wife is helping as well. And then his daughter is also a huge help by distracting my daughter so I can actually get some work done.
There are a lot of disc golf courses in Slovakia if you go on UDisc.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty wild.
And probably not a lot of Slovakian disc golf podcasts.
No.
Yeah. You have to start catering to your Slovakian audience more. You need to thread in some Slovakian current events at the top of the recording. Talk about your favorite Slovakian pros. Randy, who's a highest rated player from Slovakia?
Hold on. I'm finding like their best course. Oh, it says caution. Oh, let's try a different course. Nope, that's a 9-hole. Man, a lot of 9-hole courses, unfortunately.
Looks like Kotka Badova.
Oh, I was looking at Jaslavska Bohunis.
I'm looking at Statmando's best major and elite finishes by Slovakia disc golfers, and Katka Badova for FPO is like almost the entire list.
Damn, skip a sleeper pick. How do you spell that?
Katka Badova. I'm not going to spell it for you. It's spelled as it sounds. Katka Badova.
Yes.
Came in 5th in 2016 Worlds. So good for her. Event rating of 942. 25th in the European Open this year. So nothing to sneeze at for sure. That's probably who's listening. It's probably Katka Badova. So thank you, Katka, for your support.
It's gotta be.
We appreciate you.
The highest rated course in Slovakia is the graphic design is really on point, like from their pictures and stuff, but it's a 14-hole course, which is an interesting choice. But it's got like nice tee pads and a hotel resort, everything.
Once you convert to metric, you lose a few baskets. So
that makes sense.
True. Yeah, that's 18 imperial holes.
Oh yeah, it's on like the distances are 82 meters. I don't know what that turns into.
It's like triple, so like probably 300, a little under 300 feet. But yeah, I don't know how much green space Slovakia has. I don't know enough about it to know how much of like how many woods and how much of a green footprint they have or need for courses.
So do you have to get going, or do you want to do some picks for Wilcox Wow?
I do have to get going. I have to go to bed. I have to wake up in 4 hours for work.
Oh, that's fair. Then absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Take a nap.
But
thank you for coming on.
Whatever the picks are, I think I'm going to vote for Randy. I think he's going to make the bet picks. No, I'm saying for your picks.
Oh, my pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your picks. So lock that in, and I'll take my prize next week when he wins.
That's fair.
As long as Whit Stevenson isn't playing. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
Coming on.
I'll keep you guys posted. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Mark. All right. Did anybody else have anything major going on this weekend?
No, I didn't make it to the Long Island Open because I lost my wallet on Thursday.
Ooh. Did you find it?
Nope.
Oh,
yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. They have a song called Hope I Never Lose My Wallet.
Oh,
it's become very topical lately. Yeah, sorry. You didn't get that deep dive?
No.
What impressions have you gotten?
Yes. That one I got, but the other one, I'm very shallow in the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones pool.
That's a good place to stay. I think it was a couple of years ago they released a concept album of George Floyd. Yeah, because that's what that situation needed was a concept album by a 90s ska metal band.
Yeah, it's fitting.
Yeah, so the less Mighty Mighty Boss Tones you listen to, the more you like them. It's a real paradox.
Corey, you said you plan on not playing anything this weekend. Is that how that worked out?
This past weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that is not how that worked out. I did not go out to CNY Champs to play in that tournament. So instead, Friday went down to Wilcox and played the back nine, the New South Hatchet blue layout, I guess. That took like almost 4 hours, so it was longer than we thought.
Oh, no.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be a long day. So yeah, I did that. Then Saturday went and did some Heiser Creek practice, myself and Kyle Hirsch. So I feel like after one round there, I'm completely ready to play the tournament again. And then Sunday decided to go back down to Wilcox. Myself, Tucker Kozlowski, 2023 Hudson Valley Co-Player of the Year, as well as Kyle Hirsch, 2023 Hudson Valley Co-Player of the Year.
Asterisk.
And then and Brandon Medina. So we actually played the front nine blues with the beach holes. And anytime you play with Kyle, he's going to throw like 12 discs off the tee pad, which means you're going to throw at least 5 because you're just standing there not throwing anyways, which means you'll still end up throwing too many holes. So once we got to do the back nine blues again with the South Hatchet, we ended up skipping like 16, 17, and 18 because we were all just exhausted after being down there for almost 8 hours playing. So yeah, I didn't do any housework or work on anything else. I just played a lot of disc golf. Just saying I wasn't going to do that. But yeah, Jaimen's going to be, are you the only one that's playing it other than me?
It looks like it, yeah. I am excited to get down there. I'm excited to see the new blue holes. Last time I played the blue holes was one of the dub rounds after a monthly.
On the South Hatchet side?
Yeah, and it was exactly like your experience where we get down there. Kenji's like, should we just play the reds? I was like, no, the blues are super fun. They're really challenging. I guess I had just had like a really good experience the first time I played them because it took us like 3 hours for the 9 holes. And by the time my card got back, which was the last one to start, everybody else had just given up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they're way better now. I definitely played them once before. I don't remember what state they were in. I couldn't even tell you what year we tried them, but I know I only did it once. So not every hole, I forgot what they looked like before, but like there's a couple holes that you kind of just play the same-ish hole, or they moved baskets on a few holes, so they're not as crazy. I think in the past, not even in the past, but currently, South Hatchet Reds for like MPO level is birdie or die. You have to get them at least like 7 of the 9 with no bogeys, no OBs. The blues are not going to be like that. Some of them have
That's good.
some pretty big.
I'm looking forward to it. Like the holes had good bones. Like they were like good ideas in general. They were just way too hard. They hadn't been loosened up yet.
Yeah, these will be good. I think none of them are like rough. Like they're clean now.
Oh yeah, they've been putting in a ton of work.
Yeah.
I'm more like just talking about how the course used to be, just for the comparison that everybody's going to see this weekend, because I'm like pretty excited for it.
Randy, do you have anything interesting this weekend?
I played a casual round at J Park, which is actually super rare for me to just like play with no like obligations. It was really nice. It's fun.
How many holes?
Classic West layout, which is like what I always play when I'm just trying to have some fun at J Park, which I feel like is a less trafficked layout at this point, even though it was definitely like the most popular when I started playing out here.
West, that's more in the woods then?
No, it's like mostly open holes. You only dip into the woods for 3 holes.
Okay. No, well, when you said that less trafficked, I just assumed that it would be across the street. But no, so yeah, it's mostly where the parking is.
Yeah, I think it's like the easier version of South.
Okay.
But I think because North and South have become like tournament layouts, I think those get talked about more. So yeah, West would be the 18 holes of like classic 27 if you didn't play the woods holes to, get 9 more holes in.
Great way to explain it, Randy.
Oh, yeah, it's not, but
No, that's cool. Alex, what about you? What you been up to for a couple weeks? I know you played some volleyball.
Yeah, I did volleyball last weekend, and it figures that we keep talking about Magic lately because despite having not played Magic in 5-6 years, probably at least, a buddy dragged me out to a pre-release this past weekend. So did that, and then Saturday had an exam for civil engineering, just an extra certification type of thing. So, yeah. Now, a lot of mental exhaustion, not so much physical exhaustion this past weekend.
So what does that certification do? Does that certify you to still not fix our goddamn roads?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with roads specifically, no.
Oh, so you're a bridge guy.
No, more, I guess bridges to some extent. Yeah, wetlands and stuff.
All right. Well, I actually finally got out to the Riverside Park in Port Jervis.
Ah.
Is that in Jersey?
Pretty close.
Port Jervis is technically New York, but it's right on the border of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. In fact, my wife and I went out there. There's a rock that you can find. It's like under an overpass that has a, if you're here, you're in New York, here you're in Jersey, here you're in Pennsylvania.
Do you believe it?
No, but it's, I mean,
you listen to a rock because a rock told you.
They
should definitely get the state's GIS department to really validate this rock. Maybe it needs to move over a couple inches.
I don't know. It's pretty old, so it's probably more accurate than any modern day civil engineer would do. Did you get that? Okay, I just checked.
That's surveyors' jobs anyway. It's not strictly civil engineering.
All right. Well, George Washington was a surveyor, so
Classic government, just passing the buck around.
Sounds like it. But I still got my teeth situation going on, and this weekend I just needed to get out to play. I actually thought about going to Long Island, and I noticed Jaimen wasn't playing, but I was still gonna play because I thought, I just got to get out. But my dog got a little sick. My little 3-legged Chihuahua had me up until like 3 a.m. My alarm was set for 5, so I did not go to Long Island. But I saw that Riverside Park had their fall league, and I was like, might be a good excuse to get out there. None of you guys have played this course, I'm assuming?
No.
Not yet.
Have any of you been to Port Jervis?
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
What else would bring you there? What do they got going on?
It's not far from where I used to get cigarettes when I smoked. Matamoros is right around the corner. And Pennsylvania has much cheaper cigarettes, so at least at the time. I don't know how that works anymore. It's been like a while.
Nope, I guess haven't been there.
But there's smoke shops on like every corner once you cross the border from New York to Pennsylvania. I don't do a lot of round recaps like you guys do, so I figured I'd give it a shot.
Yeah.
But I'll start negative because there isn't much, and it was all at the beginning. So I used UDisc to map the course into Waze. It showed as like a 30 to 35 minute trip, and most of it was on 84. So I'm like, yeah, well, I'll give it a shot. But when I got to Port Jervis, Waze had me pull into like a mini mall parking lot with railroad tracks behind it. So I don't know. Has anybody else had that kind of issue with Waze and like using UDisc to go to Waze where it just puts you in the middle of like not the right place?
UDisc does that with CTK sometimes. It sends you to the back entrance, which doesn't have any sign that tells you that you're at the back entrance.
I think I've had it happen once or twice before going to a course I don't know. So what I did was I just put the actual park name into Waze, and it had me continue down the road farther, and then I had to go like left and then come back. But you guys probably know New Jersey. Port Jervis is very Jersey. They don't have the jug handles. You know how like where you can turn left, but you have to go on that little jug handle thing?
Mhm.
That's very. I forgot where I see that at lab. It was always kind of weird to see. We don't have those around here.
Yeah, they don't have the actual jug handles, but they make the road into the jug handle. I actually turned right and went around a loop to go left.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing.
It's for safety.
But I finally got to the park and I'm like, there's no disc golf. But I saw like an access road up to the left and I saw some cars up there. So I thought, oh, maybe it's up there. Because I was looking around. I didn't see anybody with bags or anything. I get up to the cars that I saw and it's like a bike park or something with gravel. And I'm like, well, that's not disc golf. So I kept going. And then I realized, oh, I'm almost at the spot that I was when I pulled into that mini mart or whatever it was in the parking lot. I see the railroad tracks. I see the back of some of the buildings. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's, just one of those things. Wilcox actually one time brought me to the back way. Has anybody gone the back way into Wilcox where you're not supposed to go?
I think once.
Yeah. The access roads aren't marked, so Waze doesn't know what to do with them. But I found the parking lot, pulled in, and I checked with the first people I saw. I was like, hey, disc golf? And they're like, yeah. You here for league? I'm like, yeah. They're like, great. So I signed in. I even got a tag. I think I got like the 55 tag, which they discounted because it's near the end of the year. So A+ to Port Jervis for discounting their tags. It's only a 9-hole course, but they have 3 layouts. They have a red, a white, and a blue. I don't think they can actually make it 18. They just don't have the room for it. So, seemed like a fair compromise. As far as the round, I'm, not to spend a ton of time on it. I thought the course was great. Hole 1 sucked. I didn't do any kind of warm up, but hole 1 seemed perfect for the forehand. It reminded me, hole 18 at Minekill. What's that? Is that the Pit of Despair?
Yeah, down right.
Yeah, but just a mini Pit of Despair. I forehanded the shot, hit the first available, and went into the pit. And then I hadn't putted since I think Stony Kill, so I missed like a 10-footer for bogey, and I took a 5. Fortunately, hole 2 has some trees on the left, a hill on the right, which is great for a forehand. It's like hole 11 at Kisco without the cliff on the left, and it's flatter. So I did a straight forehand shot. The hill's there to funnel it back, and got a birdie. So 2 holes in, I'm already +1.
11 at Kisco, that's the one after Pinball Alley or whatever it is?
No, it's the one right before Pinball Alley.
Oh, don't go left. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know that one, don't go left. Yeah.
On this one, it's very flat. It doesn't have the cliff on the left, but it's just got trees there. But it's got that hill on the right. So if you forehand and go into the hill, you have a chance for it to roll back down, and go towards the basket. So that's what I liked about it. Like I said, I'm not going to go through the whole round, but I played pretty boring for the rest. I think it's a 9-hole loop. I think I was like even after 9 holes. And they played a weird layout because they have 3, the red, white, and blue. They called it the draft layout. I guess they played around a while back and chose which tee to play from. And then they just kept that layout the one time they played it. Yeah, it could be red, could be white, could be blue. The only rule was the second time around the loop, it couldn't be the same tee pad the second time. So hole 1 was a little more straight, but still forehand friendly. And I hit a tree and missed another short putt. But I improved. I only took a 4. But thankfully, hole 2 was still there. I got my birdie there. And those 2 holes were basically my round. I ended up +1. Double bogey, birdie, bogey, birdie. And then the rest, I had a couple birdies. But it was a good course. And it's about the same distance for me to other decent courses in the area. So I'll probably check it out again. They got another league round on Sunday that I'll probably check out. It's putter only from all the red tees, so I could probably bring my AVR X3 and my Wizard. And they're doing Sunday because of the Wilcox Wow on Saturday.
Makes sense.
And I made a note of this because you guys are always smart enough to remember who was on your card. I played with George Henry, Mike O'Brien, and Peter Newland.
Oh, Newland. I like that name.
I don't even know if I pronounced it correctly. It's Nieuwlandt.
You lost me after you, but I think you said it right.
Yeah. They're also doing a space race on November 9th. It's a fundraiser for Helping Hands of Drew United Methodist Church Food Pantry. And I believe that guy George said that the food pantry has helped to get the course built. So I thought that was kind of cool. And I met Ivan Ivan Marmota.
No way.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Is this planned?
No, I didn't know. And I'll be honest with you, his name is not Ivan Ivan Marmota or Marmota.
Huh.
Yeah.
What is it?
I have no idea because I wasn't paying that much attention, Corey. But I know Ivan is his middle name, and Marmota or Marmota is a completely made up name. Here, he said it was Spanish for something. Let me check.
We've been referencing as if it was his government name, and it's not even his government name. It's completely Facebook made up.
I guess it means marmot in Spanish. I don't know. Groundhog, marmot. I don't know.
Sure.
What if Corey Buns is just someone's real name and we thought it was funny this whole time?
Oh, shit. And they
With
spelled it the right
three
way.
So I started with the 55. I think I ended up with like the 32 tag. I was like, if I do real well, I'll probably just, take the worst tag. And I'm like, no, I didn't do that well. Rob Jarling came in 30. He shot a -5. Ivan Ivan Marmota. Now that I know pronunciation doesn't matter because it's not his real name, I'll keep saying that. He shot a -6 for second. And Peter Newland shot a -7 to win it. But yeah, no, it's a good course. I'm not going to suggest any of you drive all the way down here, but if you're in the area for like a weekend, if you're maybe in the area for Warwick, it's probably not that far from Warwick, so might be something to check out. But we didn't play a ton from the blue, but it's got some challenges. But that was my exciting Port Jervis trip.
Did you feel good afterwards?
I felt okay. I mean, I would have preferred to shoot even, but I always have one or two. Other than hole one, I still had a stinker on another gimme forehand hole, and I short armed it into a tree and ended up taking a 4. But I had to make a decent putt to save the 4, so there was that. So I didn't have my huge blow up hole except for the very first hole I played. But like I said, I didn't putt, I didn't warm up. It was a new course, so I thought it would be more fun to play it completely blind. I probably had time to play 2 or 3 holes before we started, but what's the fun in that? I'm not here to take anybody's money. That's probably my biggest problem in disc golf is like, I don't want to beat anybody. But no, it's a great crew. I'll tell you that. So how I figured out that I met Ivan Marmota, we were finishing up the round and somebody's talking to Peter. I'll call him Pete. And the last couple holes, they were mentioning how, he was down a stroke or up stroke or, however it was. And they said to Ivan, I was like, oh, I bet that's Ivan Marmota. So we finished the round and we're all sitting around just, they're handing out tags and giving out prize money and such. At one point I was like, who's Ivan? And a couple guys pointed, oh, that guy over there with the headband. And I was like, I know I've heard that name before. And somebody was like, oh, you might have heard it on a podcast. I said, well, that's because I don't know how to pronounce it. So I say Ivan Ivan, and they're like, oh, that's you. And so I was like, oh, these people actually listen. So it was kind of trippy, which is weird because with the fake teeth, I'm very self-conscious. So then I started getting a bunch of questions and I started questioning my mentioning Ivan. I had a 20-minute conversation with the guy, and the whole time I'm thinking, man, I got plastic teeth in,
I probably couldn't even tell.
Probably, but Alex, could you tell at Stony Kill, were they glaring?
No, honestly, I wouldn't have noticed the difference.
These are different ones because this past Wednesday I had to get refitted for the final fitting, I guess, and they put a different set in. So hopefully by Wednesday, that's when my next appointment is. Hopefully they'll have the bridge in and I'll be done with this shit because it's very aggravating. But do you guys want to do some picks for Wilcox Wow?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to talk to my grandma while Corey figures out what we're picking.
Boy, PDGA.
I linked it in the chat.
I think we got to go deep in MA1 this time. There's 33.
33 pros?
No, MA1.
Oh, dang.
I mean, there are a significant amount of pros, too. There's 25.
Oh, man, there's a lot of people.
Geez, this is 144 people. Yeah, this is a huge tournament. I didn't realize. Double.
I did look at the disc golf scene page for this.
Yeah, they don't have numbers on the PDGA page.
Who is playing South Course, Main Course?
I think everyone plays all the same holes. You flip halfway through.
Okay, I was just trying to see what Pool A and what Pool B was, because the Pool A layout is going to take a long time, I feel like, to play. I wonder if they'll stagger lunches.
Yeah, they definitely stagger lunches from my experience there. It's like a full hour difference in the play speed.
I can tell you what I'm not doing. I'm just going to say it now. I am not carpooling with Bryan because I'm not going to be the first one there and the last one to leave on a longest tournament day. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this one. Oh, there's no FPO. The women's divisions are kind of low. What if we do 2 MPOs, an MP old guys, 40 or 55, and an MA1?
That works.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. There's only 4 of us.
Yep. So what was that again?
2 MPOs, an MP40 or MP55. Do we have to include these old guys?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad plan.
Like, look at who's playing, if there's any. Yeah, no, I'd say we do it. 2 MPOs, an MP40/55, and an MA1.
5 picks usually works better.
Okay, 2 MA1s.
You want 2 MA1s? Is there enough?
There's 33 people.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like the
there's a
biggest
ton.
division.
That works then. All right. If everybody's good with that, Corey is the trivia champ. So I mean, he did pick the layout, but I think, do you want to go first or fourth, Corey?
Damn, that's a good question. I think I'd rather go fourth.
All right. How do we determine first? I'm going to say Jaimen, you go first.
Okay.
Jaimen, then we'll go Alex, and then because Mark Bryan said he's going to take Randy's picks, he gets the third pick, which makes it probably the most difficult pick. And then Corey. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks a lot, Mark.
All right. So let me just write this down. We got 2 MPOs, you said, Corey?
2 MPOs, yep.
2 MA1.
Yep.
And a MP40 or 55?
Yeah.
All right. And are we doing the same thing? Just total score, lowest score wins?
Yeah, it keeps it simple.
What do we do if somebody drops? We didn't really determine that last week, and Randy got kind of bamboozled.
Let's see. When did they drop, though? When did Randy get bamboozled?
I have no idea. Jaimen refunded it, so he knows.
At like 9 o'clock on Friday night.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. I was going to say, well, you have to just, whenever Pat makes his post with the poll, you got to check to see if your person's still registered.
What if your player drops, you get like the next guy with the average rating in the mean rating? Whatever the middle rating is in your division.
You could do
In
that.
the
Why don't we
division
just
of the
do the
person who
middleist
drops?
finisher? That's way easier.
Sure,
to
yeah.
see.
Yeah, because I feel like dead last kind of screws you.
Do you want to go by finisher? I think rating, because finisher is a definitive thing. Rating, you could find somebody who has the middle rating that could have had a really good round.
Yeah.
I'm fine
You know?
with experimenting with this. Yeah, let's do the one that involves a lot of math.
Justin Muccelli. That's the answer. You get whatever Justin Muccelli got.
Yeah.
I don't know. At Wilcox,
He's the middle.
He is not going to be the
If somebody
middle.
picks him, you get Nate Stewart or Connor Henderson, or something.
Yeah. Like not necessarily the round ratings, but like the player rating.
The player rating. Yeah, because as we all know, Justin could win it, or he could, not
I'm a
win it.
middleist.
So try it out, see if it works.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, Jaimen, you need a minute, or you already ready with your first pick?
I am ready with my first pick. I'm going to go with Andrew Fish.
That's a good pick.
Bold.
Yep. I'm really taking risks here.
Unfortunately, Andrew Fish dropped out of this tournament. Jaimen chose Mark Peters as a replacement pick.
All right. Alex.
I believe I am obligated to make my first pick as Jeremy Kasprick.
All right.
Good. I thought you were going to do that.
I debated whether or not I could leave it until like second pick or something like that, but I'm just he's coming off the big play on the last beats here, so, and I know he likes Wilcox a lot, so.
All right. Randy.
Steve Brinster.
Always a good choice. His
Yeah.
son is also playing in the tournament.
Is he? Is Leighton in there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you're giving out secrets, Jaimen.
Leighton's playing me too.
Oh,
Yeah, his son's still pretty young, but plays well.
He beat my butt at Warwick.
Corey, 2 picks.
Ah, damn it! I forgot. I fucked myself. Okay, hang on. I thought for a second we could do MP40 and MP55. I was about to lock in 2 first
You made
places.
these rules there.
Pick
I know.
one.
Minor lapse in I think I'm going to do Chad Larson for my MP Old Guys pick. And shoot, MPO is kind of a toughie. Only because he took down the Greater Hartford Open last week. No, I can't do that. I take that back. Sorry, I'm actually going with Zach Doyle.
It's not chess, dude. You can take your hand off and then change your mind.
I was about to really start propping him up, and then I'm like, nah, I kicked this tool out. Actually, I'm not taking you. I'm taking Zach Doyle.
All right. And he's MPO, right? Yep.
MPO, yeah.
Randy.
Oh, man. I'll go Craig Cutler.
What's he playing?
MPO.
Okay. He can go either way. I didn't know.
He can, yeah.
Alex. Jeremy Cashbrick is off the board.
Yeah, we're going back to MA1. Do I go to MA1? I have 2 pretty good picks for MA1.
Jaimen's got 2 picks after you, so.
Yeah.
For me, it'd be funny as hell if he picked both of them, so.
That would be impressive. It would be impressive, but not out of the question, so screw it. I'm going to go Tim Giardini.
Which one's he playing?
MP 55.
All right, 2 picks to Jaimen.
All right. I'm going to go Charlie Holmgren in the old man division and MP40. And
just before you say your next person, you say the old man division, and I'm thinking, oh, he must be in MP55 because MP40 is my division. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And then I'm going to go with Azariah Cartret in MA1.
Oh, goodness. I got to scroll down.
Doesn't he kind of throw far?
I was going to pick him.
Throws far. He eats CTK Blues for breakfast.
That's what I was going to say. Fucking Wilcox is just going to be like a longer CTK for him to just like crush.
Yep. Yeah, I think he's going to do real well there.
Was that one of your MA1 picks, Alex?
No, but it was on the list just in case.
Yeah, there's 144 people on the list. Alex, we're picking from the same list.
Everybody's on the list.
Yeah, everybody's on the list.
Who's your third pick, Alex?
We're going to go with one of the Wilcox Widowmakers, John Tamburino.
Division?
MA1.
Oh, there he is right there. All right. Randy, your third pick.
I'm going to go Silvio Sanchez for MP40.
Thank you. Some of these guys I know, but I appreciate the division. It just makes it quicker. I don't have to look up or think about it. Corey, your third and fourth pick.
All right, we said 2 MA1s. I should have been writing these down. Did anyone take Kyle in MPO yet?
Nope.
I'm going to go with little bro Kyle Hirsch for MPO.
Unfortunately, 2023 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Co-Player of the Year Kyle Hirsch dropped out of this tournament. Corey chose 2023 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Co-Player of the Year Tucker Kozlowski as a replacement pick.
And, man, I really want to take, but I don't think Wilcox is lefty friendly on average.
Tyler the Cannon Gannon?
Yeah, well, shit.
Yes,
That's what I wanted to say. I fucked it up.
You could say it now, and I'll just edit it like
that. Tyler the Cannon Gannon. I'm going to go Nick Warren.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
That was the other one that I was highly
Wilcox
considering.
dude, right?
Yep.
MA1.
All right. Randy, your fourth pick.
I'm going to go Max Horowitz in MA1.
Mm-hmm.
From Honda Accord, New York.
Precisely.
While I'm writing this down, when you said Honda Accord, it made me think. I've actually seen 3 more of those Cybertrucks. Yeah, the regular one, the stainless steel, like looks like a refrigerator. But I saw a black one, and then I saw one painted as the American flag.
Oh, way cooler. So you had like
stars in the back, red and white stripes in the front.
Oh my God, it was a mullet freaking Cybertruck draped with the American flag.
Yeah, red and white stripes, and then it had a field of stars. Yep, blue.
Okay, so Pat, you had to drive one, buy one, and burn one. Which ones are you picking?
Probably drive the black one. What was the second option? Not burn one?
You got to buy one. You got to burn. So the drive one was just for like rent it. You either rent it, you got to buy it, and you got to burn it.
So you're doing F, Marry, Kill in a different.
Yeah.
No, I guess that's the right order. So I would drive the stainless steel one, buy the black one, and burn the hell out of the flag.
All right, that is how you're supposed to properly dispose of it.
Exactly. Exactly. It's just what people do with the American flags is sometimes it's.
I would 100% drive the black one, keep the flag one, and burn the stupid gray one.
Really?
I feel like the only thing that could cheaply save a Cybertruck is just by wrapping it. And the American flag, apparently, with some big old black wheels, knobby tires.
I guess I just have a negative connotation for anybody who uses the flag anymore. It's like, that's not somebody that I want to be associated with.
How do you feel about that guy in oh no, I'm gonna forget the movie. No, Napoleon Dynamite, dude with the American flag pants, the freaking karate guy.
Oh, Diedrich Bader, the sensei.
Yeah, what was his name though?
Oh, I don't remember in the
Rex
movie.
Kwando.
Okay, yeah. No, well, that's different. That's somebody who would say, hey, Bitcoin's a good idea. He's entertaining. I would, like laugh at him, but I would never take financial advice from that guy, Well, let's move on. Alex, I finally wrote Max Horowitz MA1 down. What's your next pick?
Is it me? Okay.
Yeah.
I should only have MPO players left.
I got 2 MA1s and an MP50. You are correct.
Yeah, so Kyle Hirsch was taken, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we take Jaimen Hume immediately.
Oh, damn. He won up to me, literally.
Yeah.
I said it here first.
All right. Your final 2 picks, Jaimen.
Okay, I've got
An MPO and an MA1.
all right. Has anybody used Connor yet? Connor Merriman?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Are you going Dark Horse? The guy that's not even a propagator?
Not even a propagator.
He's won 50% of the events he's played in. If you
Both
dig
of them
into
were only 1-round events. His most recent rated round was 982 at Beacon, though. And we all know how alike Wilcox and Beacon are.
Very similar.
Oh, I know who I'm going with. I'm going with Anthony fucking Bohansky.
Oh my God, what a... I knew this was
my.
coming.
Yeah. Got him.
That's MA1?
Yep.
For that one, I only got to write AB MA1.
A, MF, and B.
Oh.
And then for my last pro pick, I'm going to go with 2022 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Player of the Year, Antonio Albert.
Oh. Alex, your final pick, which should be an MPO if I'm correct.
Yeah. We're going to reach down the board for another Widowmaker. We're going Alden Slack.
MPO. All right. Randy, your final pick.
All right, Corey, you didn't end up picking Tyler the Cannon Gannon. Is that right?
Are you asking if I'm still available? Yeah, I'm not there.
No. No.
He didn't pick Gannon either.
He pivoted.
Yeah,
All right, so I'm going with... sorry, you're not an MA1. Going with Tyler the Cannon Gannon.
MA1?
Yep.
All right. And Corey, your final pick, MA1, I believe. Probably holding off on Tyler Gannon until the end. But
Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to get him last round, but...
But he is not Mr. Irrelevant.
No, I feel like potential obvious answer is Bobby Hallam. Adam Gutman.
Jaimen, how similar to CTK would you say this course is? Not at all, or kind of?
It's not really super similar. I feel like they're both challenging courses. Wilcox is much more challenging than CTK. They both tend to be hilly. There are really bad spots to land on both of them. And I think placement golf is generally smarter on both courses than on a lot of other local courses.
I got to say, before Corey makes his pick, Jaimen, within 5 minutes of being at Riverside, your name was mentioned.
That's funny.
I didn't know it at the time, but it was Ivan Marmota who mentioned it. I forget the context, but yeah. I was like, oh yeah, Jaimen. And then during the round, a guy actually threw a glitch. And I said, I got a buddy who throws a glitch. He was in the world championship for it. Not that you throw a glitch. I said the championship part. But I'm sorry, Corey, you got your pick?
Yeah, I'm just going to go with Robert Hallam, MA1.
All right. I see nobody picked Ryan Nelson. I assume that's because they don't assume he'll show up.
He does make a habit of it.
I'm teasing Ryan.
That's my goal, actually, now, this tournament, is to not only play around with Ryan Nelson, but to also beat Ryan Nelson.
Have you never played with Ryan?
No, I think we have once. I have no idea when or where. It might have been FDR, one of the rounds, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know where else I would have been, actually.
I got one other thing I wanted to talk about. Joe Karen sent me the stats for the Flight for Cancer at Glens Falls tournament. Does anybody know what course that was played at?
It's a temp course at Haviland's Cove.
Okay. He said, I know you get your tournaments info off Disc Golf Scene, and Greg doesn't usually put the results up of his charity tournaments there. Sending you the results from singles and doubles with each division results. So singles, women's amateur 1, Billy Riley came in 3rd, Amanda Dunbar in 2nd, and your winner, Teresa Bogan. In the MPO division, William Hill came in 2nd place, and Charles Carpenter Jr. the 3rd is your winner, shot a -10. MA1, yeah, he didn't send these in order. MA1 winner. Tie for 3rd, Jace Carter and Jay O'Leary. 2nd place, Joe Karen, shot a -6. 2 strokes behind your winner, William Bogan, shot a -8. And then they had a doubles in mixed. Ian J tied for second with Clanging and Banging. And your winners, Pumpkin Tea, shot a -12. That was Teresa and William Bogan. Did I say that right? Bogan?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Okay. I just want to make, I don't know. You guys might know him, but the non-mixed division, Regrettable Edibles came in third, shot a -10.
Regrettable Edible. That's a great name.
Regrettable. Lumberjack Disc Golf shot a -11 for second place. And your winners, first place with a -14, Huck and Chuck. That was Joseph Riley and Joe Karen. But yeah, the Flight for Cancer. All right. What's coming up? Obviously, Wilcox this weekend.
I guess after this airs, Tuesday is our end of the season party for J-Dubs with Danny Parton's skill competition. I'd be willing to guess that like everything is kind of set up before 5 o'clock, possibly by like 4:30, 4:45. I think Danny will probably get down there early, and I'll probably leave work early to get down there to get everything set up. That way, people can get a couple laps around the course before it gets dark. But yeah, free on Tuesday, come on down.
So is that where you determine a winner for the J Park Dubs League?
It'll be determined like before that, but
Well, I mean, is that where they get presented their trophy?
yeah, actually, now I think about it, I was supposed to order a nameplate for the trophy. Basically, first place is already determined. Most of the positions of the places are already determined going into the last week. But yeah, as long as the winner is there, that's where he will get to keep his trophy that he's already had from last year.
I was going to say, does the trophy winner have to bring it again if they're just bringing it home with them?
Yeah, no, he should. Yeah, no, Justin, when you listen to this, you better not forget to put that goddamn weird ass statue trophy thing in your car to bring the J-Dubs on Tuesday or the season party on Tuesday.
Yeah, make sure you do that 3 days after it happened.
Actually, I should probably take it back from anyway. So I have to put the nameplate on there of the list of champions.
Do you remove the old nameplate and put a new one on, or is it like the Stanley Cup where you just add to it?
It's like the Stanley Cup. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how many years it could actually go on before it runs out of space.
That's what I was going to ask. If you had to speculate, what would you say?
I would probably say at least half a dozen, maybe.
Okay, so not anything to worry about right away.
No, not really.
Is it still going to be a flame, though, at that point, by the time you put a bunch of plaques on it?
Currently, they're just kind of going around like the base. The base is like a tall, cylindrical like base before it turns into the actual. So the nameplates kind of go around that circular base.
Oh, okay.
It might be 3 like nameplates high, and they're probably like, I don't know, 5 inches wide. So I think there's probably enough space for at least 6 or 7 more.
All right.
Ideally, I'd have it sitting right here next to me, for being last year's winner, but Justin beat me.
Was it close?
That I'm not sure. That's a good question. Justin beat me by 48 points last year. Crushed me then. He crushed me again.
We didn't go over Skip Ace this week. So we got one more event, the DGPT MVP Open. Picks close in 2 days. So just a reminder for you guys to get your picks in. Our last picks of the year. I only mentioned that because I saw that Rob Quincy posted on the Facebook page. He switched phones and got locked out of Skip Ace. I need to remedy that before this weekend. Hopefully I didn't pick anybody that's not playing. Otherwise, Corey will have it too easy. And Corey was very understanding. Hate to hear it. I mean, I don't hate to hear it, but one more week, anything can happen.
So, I had to just kind of like politely rub his nose in it just a little bit, but then help him pull away.
Cronky's worried about me, so we'll go over both of those weeks next week for the finals. All right. You guys got time for a quiz?
Yeah.
Sure.
And Randy, since you kind of got shafted on the draft picks, why don't you pick your partner this week?
Oh, it's a lot of pressure. Alex?
All
I'm
right.
muted, but I'm in for that.
Man, way to pick one of the
yeah.
losers from last week.
You didn't win last week, that's for sure.
Did I not? No, because I wasn't there.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, you weren't? Oh, damn. All right. Yeah, I probably should have brought the guy who wasn't even there.
See, you got to pick first because you won trivia, but now you get to go second because you can't get it all, Corey. I'm sorry. Randy and Alex, disc or no disc, category 1, 2, or 3.
No preference.
Let's go 1.
Sounds good.
Question 1, category 1. Before it acquired its musical meaning in the early 20th century, what word was baseball slang for pep or energy? Before it acquired its musical meaning in the early 20th century, what word was baseball slang for pep or energy?
Is it jazz?
Could be jazz. What was the timeline?
Early 20s?
Early 20th century.
Oh,
Early
well,
20th century. Okay. Yeah. Jazz makes sense.
I'm trying to think of like non-Italian music terms. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not really coming up with anything new. I'm pretty happy with jazz. That timeline sounds about right. I'm not a jazz scholar, but it sounds about when it would pick up.
You go with
That's
that,
all I
Randy?
got. Yeah.
Is the Jazz a disc?
Good call. Is the jazz a disc?
It's an NBA team, which is making me really worried. Is it a disc?
I can't think of a company that would make the jazz off the top of my head, but I'm not. It sounds like a pretty good disc name.
It is a good disc name, but I've never heard of it. I feel like there's a lot of recent like music related ones. Oh, what if it came out today?
It could have.
What do you think?
Instinct is still yes.
All right, let's go. Yes.
I'm sorry, no.
Dang it.
Corey and Jaimen, category 1, 2, or 3?
I mean, if category 1 is going to continue to be music themed, leaning all on you for that.
Yeah, let's just like mop them up when they get them wrong.
That's a good idea. I would guess 3.
Okay, let's go for it.
All right, question 1, category 3. A German word meaning splashing in water gave us the name of what breed of dog? A German word meaning splashing in water gave us the name of what breed of dog?
German word, splashing in water. What dogs really like being in water? Labs? Labrador? That's not a German word.
I feel like would German word also mean German dog?
Right. So there's like a lot of German dogs.
Like which ones?
A Dachshund.
A dachshund?
Dachshund. There you go. No, isn't. I don't know.
What was Randy laughing at us about? Maybe that was a hint.
They're the same word. They're just pronounced in German or
One
not.
is spelled the way you would expect it to be pronounced.
I wasn't correcting him. I was more of like Jubilee. Like that sounds German.
Oh, well, I was also like a Dachshund is a car, I think, right?
No, it's Datsun.
Fuck.
But
okay. What are the other ones? German Shepherd? That sounds German.
yeah, I'm not a big dog guy. I don't really know my lineage and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean,
God damn it!
dog.
Splashing in
Yeah,
water.
right.
Like what the hell? I don't.
Right. That's like the only dog that I can think of that jumps into the water is a.
What's he gonna do? Ask
Retriever or a lab?
if a dachshund is a fucking disc? What a dumb disc name.
There's worse.
I mean, I'm fine. I don't think I'm gonna think about a German word.
I'm not thinking of anything else either. I don't feel good about it.
And I'm sure you're gonna say, well, actually, dachshunds are from Austria. Yeah, dachshund.
What do you think, Randy and Alex?
I don't know.
Oh, thank God.
A German word meaning splashing in water gave us the name of what breed of dog?
All right, the only one I'm thinking of sounds like a terrible disc name, but Weimaraner.
Sure.
It means splashing in water. That's a lot of words. I don't think it's going to be like Schnauzer.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing that came to mind was Rottweiler, but I don't think that's right.
They're not a water dog.
Isn't Rot red? Red something?
Oh, yeah, it's like red face or something like that.
Yeah, Dachshund came to mind. What are other German names? Like, what is German for water?
Probably something very angry.
Probably something in the middle of Weimaraner.
Is it like Wasser or something like that?
Probably. We stole a bunch of their words.
I don't know. I'm just making up stuff at this point. Your answer, what was it, Weimaraner?
Yeah,
Is better than anything I'm coming up with. So
I like it. I hope it's right.
What are we going with?
That doesn't bode well. Weimaraner.
I actually have one, Ozzy,
oh, nice.
You have a Weimaraner? Oh my god.
but we were
Oh.
looking for poodle.
Oh.
Oh,
Poodle, puddle.
Would not have gotten that one.
sure.
Nope.
Was Poodle a disc?
No, the poodle is not a disc. But that goes back to Randy and Alex because that was a steal, right?
Yeah.
1 or 3 because 2 is now out.
I do not feel good about dog names.
Nope, me either.
All right.
Not a dog guy.
Let's go to 1.
Yep.
All right. Question 2, category 1. What was the last name of the British major who in the late 1700s invented a shell that burst into deadly little fragment? What was the last name of the British major who in the late 1700s invented a shell that burst into deadly little fragments?
Okay, so now that he said fragments multiple times, I don't think it's frag because I realized that's part of the word fragment. So it
Yeah.
would be shrapnel.
Shrapnel makes sense. Was it an English officer?
British major.
British. It just doesn't sound like a British name.
It doesn't, but it's also a last name. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know the German meaning of shrapnel. You got any other ballistic ideas?
I have one. I don't know if I want to give it away. I'm pretty sure Corey would get it. Like flak came to mind.
Oh,
But I associate flak with more like anti-air stuff, which would not be an issue in the 1700s.
I
man.
like that.
Maybe birds.
No, I just pictured like a cartoon shooting like their soldiers into battle via cannon because they didn't take.
Yeah.
Like a really crude type of flight.
Can you think of an NBA name that is also fits this?
No. Yeah. Shrapnel,
I
I
got
think,
nothing.
makes sense.
Yeah.
You good with that?
I think so.
Yep.
Is the shrapnel a disc?
Good call.
It's like a bad disc name, right?
Yeah, you don't want your disc to explode.
No.
Kenji had one recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have to make the shrapnel in KC Pro plastic.
It's got to be Casey Pro. Yep, exactly.
I can see it being Doomsday. I can see it being something like that.
Yeah. All right. I'm good with yes.
Yeah, I think we go with yes.
I'm sorry, no.
Dang it.
Man, it's the no day.
Yeah, we started off with 3 no's.
Corey and Jaimen, they're still only up 2-0. What do you got, 1 or 3?
So I thought one might have been basketball teams again, but now it's definitely not, right?
Yep. I am more convinced that it's not than I was before.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say that I lulled you into a false sense of insecurity?
It's
I
possible.
would never do that, Corey.
I'm not really sure how jazz and shrapnel could be combined. Are you a dog person, Jaimen?
No.
Oh my God. We're fucked.
People are going to hate this episode.
I'm kind of leaning towards staying with one.
Okay, let's give it a go.
All right, question 3, category 1. What term is used to describe a sudden outburst of anger or bad temper often seen in children? What term is used to describe a sudden outburst of anger or bad temper often seen in children?
I'm thinking tantrum.
Ooh, yes. That's a very good answer. Yeah. Yeah, I like tantrum.
Okay.
Is the tantrum a disc?
I kind of feel like it is, right?
It is. It's a axiom disc.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds familiar. Yeah, so yes, it is.
Jaimen, if it's an Axiom disc, when did it come out?
Well, if it's an axiom disc, we don't know.
When did it come out? I want to say 2019.
March 15th, 2018.
Oh.
That was so close. Never mind. It wasn't close to 2019 at all.
Yeah, within a year. You know what? After like 4 years, within a year is good.
Yeah.
So you guys are tied after 2 rounds. Randy and Alex, 1 or 3.
Keep going to the one well.
Yeah, might as well.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Question 4, category 1. Composer Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov wrote a lasting piece about a czar's son being turned into what type of insect and his subsequent flight. Composer Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov wrote a lasting piece about a czar's son being turned into what type of insect and his subsequent flight.
I mean, is that Flight of the Bumblebee?
That's what I was thinking too. That's a long name.
Is the Flight of the Bumblebee a disc?
Probably.
I feel like Bumblebee would be a disc, but I feel like we should probably make the first answer first.
I can't think of anything else besides Flight of the Bumblebee.
Yeah, I mean,
Nor did I ever know the plot to that song.
yeah, me either.
It's just hard to play on.
What
like
were
a
the
tuba.
lyrics?
It's a classical piece. It doesn't have lyrics.
So how could that song ever have meaning?
Let's not get into this.
Oh, did I just shit all over a whole section of classical music theater?
No, you're just one of several people who have said a bunch of wrong things about classical music.
Damn. So I feel like someone that is much more versed in this concept has said the same thing I said that I pulled out of my ass.
Are we going with Flight of the Bumblebee?
Yeah.
I mean, I certainly can't think of
I
any
think
other.
we have to at this point.
I can't think of any other flight of insect-based classical musical pieces.
I agree.
What are you going with?
Flight of the Bumblebee.
All right. So just to clarify, the question was what type of insect?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Composer
yeah,
Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov wrote a lasting piece about a czar's son being turned into what type of insect and his subsequent flight.
Okay, yeah. So Bumblebee.
Is the bumblebee a disc?
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, I'm trying not to be like anal like Jeopardy. I just,
No,
No, I would have
that's
gave it to him,
totally
but I
We're
still would
not
have ribbed him
listening.
for it.
Yeah. No, it's all about
Yeah.
the ribbing. Thank you, Corey.
How many times,
Yes.
Pat, got to read to you till you get the question right?
Mm-hmm.
roughly the same number of times that people will start to answer a question in between the first and second reading of the question.
That's only been a recent occurrence.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Is the bumblebee a disc?
We
If-
gotta go yes,
You
right?
gotta go yes, yeah.
I'm sorry. No.
Oh,
Come
you guys
on.
getting wrecked.
That was
That was our main
That was
question.
just our
regular question. So, Corey and Jaimen, category 1 or category 3?
Would you have gotten that last one, Jaimen?
Oh yeah.
Classical music. Yeah. No,
Just-
Jaimen
just
was
checking. I mean, we're getting deep into one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance that none of the other things in question 2 are obscure dog meaning.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is it worth it though?
I don't know. We've been doing pretty good at 1.
Yeah, let's stick with one.
All right. Question 5, category 1. In the mid-20th century, what noisy word got the new meaning of a street fight between gang? In the mid-20th century, what noisy word got the new meaning of a street fight between gang?
Noisy word.
My thought is rumble, because it's rumble is a sound. It's noisy.
It's good. Yes, you're selling me.
And in the mid 20th century, a rumble is definitely something you'd expect to hear. That's like West Side Story era.
Like super corny. Like, yeah, you guys want to go outside and have a rumble?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
How about you boys meet outside for a good old fashioned rumble, huh?
Yeah.
So the rumble, rumble. Yeah, I like it.
You guys good?
Yep.
Is the rumble a disc?
Damn, I'm not doing shit out here.
You can figure out if it's a disc or not.
Is the rumble a disc? I want to say yes. If for no other reason, then every time we've gotten an answer right in one, it's been yes. And every time they've gotten it wrong, and it's been no. So it'd be
Okay.
really
Hey.
funny. So yeah, it's a disc.
Go with that, Jaimen?
Yeah.
Remix Disc Golf, March 27th,
God.
2023. You guys are up 4-3. That's our halfway mark. Randy and Alex, category 1 or category 3?
Let's close out one.
Yeah, seems
And
like
I have a
as good
guess of
plan
the
as any.
category, but I'm going to wait till after.
I have no idea.
I have a total guess, but we'll wait. Let's just hear the question.
All right. Final question, category 1. What term describes a disturbance that travels through a medium, often resulting from an explosion or other sudden release of energy, typically characterized by a sudden change in pressure? It's also the name of the super speed superhero in The Boys, known for his rivalry with A-Train. What term describes a disturbance that travels through a medium, often resulting from an explosion or other sudden release of energy, typically characterized by a sudden change in pressure? It's also the name of the super speed hero in The Boys, known for his rivalry with A-Train.
I have a pretty good guess.
Have you watched that show? Because I haven't. I have no clue about the show part.
I haven't watched the newest season, but
That guy's in like the first episode, though, right?
the character, yeah, he was earlier than that. A-Train was in the first episode, but I think it's Supersonic. Or
Ooh.
not Supersonic, Shockwave, sorry.
Shockwave. Okay, good. I was like, I don't like Supersonic. Yeah, Shockwave is what I thought without knowing anything about The Boys.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've watched that episode, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with Shockwave.
You guys good?
Yep.
Is the shockwave a disc?
I don't know.
I feel like we can't be right. It's
Well, here's the thing. We've answered yes 3 times, and it's been no 3 times.
hmm
I feel like if we try to change it up, it's
Yes.
going to be wrong. So
We
I think we
cannot
just keep
zag.
answering yes.
Yeah, we say yes.
All right. Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Disc Golf Association.
Oh my God, we did
October
it.
29th, 2007.
I might have actually known that, but I certainly wasn't thinking about it in the moment.
Are those all Transformers?
Absolutely.
Are they?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Just watched Bumblebee the other night.
Jazz, Shrapnel, Tantrum, Bumblebee, Rumble, and Shockwave.
Nice. Yeah, I only would have known Bumblebee and Shockwave.
Yeah, Bumblebee was what made me go like, oh, that's why these don't fit together.
Yeah.
Like their names. I think I knew Shrapnel. I don't know if I knew Jazz was ever a Transformer.
I would have never got that, even with Bumblebee. Like,
Transformers was before my time for sure.
you would have literally had to put Optimus Prime on there for me to like, oh, maybe these are Transformers.
If I had zero idea for the final one, I was gonna just go with Optimus Prime.
All right. Corey and Jaimen, you're down 5-4, and you're on category 3, question 2. What would you call a canine trained to retrieve fallen avian creatures or a person who steals another person's date? What would you call a canine trained to retrieve fallen avian creatures or a person who steals another person's date?
Damn.
Come on, country boy. It's some kind of a hound, right?
Well, the fact that he has retrieved in the question definitely means the answer is not retriever.
Yeah, it's a hound.
Oh, you already knew the answer?
No, it's some kind of a hound. There's like a lot of those.
You don't think it's just hound?
No. Can we hear the question one more time, Pat?
What would you call a canine trained to retrieve fallen avian creatures or a person who steals another person's date?
Doesn't Elvis sing about that?
You ain't nothing but a hound. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more to it. He didn't say duck, which is generally the type of thing that you're shooting, right?
Yeah, or pheasant,
Yeah.
or your neighbor's chickens, but you're probably not using your dog to get those.
Yeah, they're not falling.
Yeah, you'd
they're
be
not
using an
falling out of
Ultima.
the sky.
I don't know if it'd be more specific than that. Like, what could, like,
More, yeah, you might be right. It might just be hound, but
that would also mean some type of hound dog stealing people's dates.
yeah, I could see that being
And the last one was just kind of poodle. It wasn't like freaking Labradoodle or whatever the kids are doing, whatever the new breed is these days.
How are you blaming kids for breeding dogs?
I say hound.
Yeah, okay. I could see that.
You guys good with hound?
If Jaimen is.
Yeah.
What do you got, Randy?
Oh, man, I was so confident in your answer of hound.
I mean, I was in on hound dog.
I know. I was thinking bird dog. He didn't say bird on purpose.
What would you
Yeah.
call a canine trained to retrieve fallen avian creatures or a person who steals another person's date?
I could see it being bird dog.
I mean, hound dog from like the Elvis song sounds really obvious, but like I don't associate hound dogs exclusively with catching birds or retrieving birds. I don't know. Bird dog sounds like not a catchy phrase though.
There's like an old song that I'm half remembering that says something about a bird dog. I can't remember it, and I'm probably conflating it with the Elvis song anyway. I'm happy with bird dog. I don't have any better answers.
Me too.
What are we going with?
Bird
Dog.
1958, I believe it was the Everly Brothers, is the bird dog.
What?
It was even simpler than that.
Damn it.
Mhm.
Is the bird dog a disc?
It's like the first one we got that sounds like a bad disc name. So we should just go yes, right?
I mean, do we just like hold hard yes the entire night and call it
I
a
think
day?
so.
Okay.
Face roll.
I'm not upset with that.
Let's go yes.
Yes.
Paradigm Disc Golf, July 19th, 2014.
That was a big one, Randy.
I can't believe
That
that
was a
the
steal,
answer.
right?
Yeah, that was a big steal.
Yeah.
All right. 7-4, 2 rounds left. Randy and Alex. Question 3, category 3. The crust of what type of traditional English pie is made with mashed potatoes? The crust of what type of traditional English pie is made with mashed potatoes?
It's either cottage pie or shepherd's pie, right? That's all we got. Quite the departure from the dog thing.
Yeah.
Unless it's named after a dog that I don't know about.
Would you call that the crust? I'm imagining like mashed potatoes mixed into the dough.
Oh.
I don't know if that's what
Yeah.
they're going for. What?
I get what you're saying.
I also get what you're saying though, because it's the quote unquote lid of cottage pie or
Mhm.
shepherd's pie.
Can you think of any dogs? Any dog related food? I got nothing.
What are like English dogs? There's an English boxer. No.
They're all German. Now that I'm like thinking of all the dog names, they're all German. Every one of them.
There's an English bulldog. That's what I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm. Corn dog.
Yeah, I don't know.
Me either. Oh man. Do we just go shepherd's pie? Oh wait, shepherd, like a shepherd, German shepherd. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Just shepherd's pie.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
Okay, let's go with it.
Good call.
Oh my goodness. Is the
Jesus
shepherd
Christ.
a disc?
I thought you guys were fucking doing that on purpose.
No, I thought it was like, who's on first? What's on second? I don't
Yeah.
know who's on third.
You're like, German? Like, what kind of German dogs do you get? No, none of them. Holy hell.
Is
Sorry.
the shepherd a disc?
I have had that same feeling like several times. So yeah, I understand it. Is the shepherd a disc? Was that the question?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it, but I think we still say yes.
Yeah, I think we just go yes
Yeah.
all the way.
I'm sorry, no.
Oh man, it's only backfired 4 times now.
All right, Corey and Jaimen. This is question 4, category 3. What 5-letter word meaning wanderer was popularized as a dog name by a 1905 silent film? What 5-letter word meaning wanderer was popularized as a dog name by a 1905 silent film?
Balto.
I feel like it's got to be a dog breed. Everything else, poodle, bird dog, shepherd, they're all dog breeds.
Are you sure? Because Balto is 5 letters.
So is hound.
Ooh, are we back on the hound? Can you guys,
No, I don't think hound's right, but
can you ask the question again, Pat?
What 5-letter word meaning wanderer was popularized as a dog name by a 1905 silent film?
A dog
oh,
name.
it's a dog name. Okay.
Someone else laughed at me too. Was it you, Randy?
I just heard the goose with a Long Island accent saying Balto. Like that's why.
So now how do you feel about Balto?
I like it more. I like it a lot more.
My brother's dog name was Balto, else I would never thought about it. But that is about some story back in the day, right? I don't know if it was quite 1905 silent film or whatever, but
Yeah, I have no idea. The only other dog things I know is Lassie, but I don't think that's only 5 letters unless it's Lassy, and I don't think it is.
Can you say the silent film part again?
I'm going to say the whole thing.
Oh, damn.
What 5-letter word meaning wanderer was popularized as a dog name by a 1905 silent film?
All right, that's all I was said about was a silent film. Nah, I don't know.
I only know 2 dog names, and we've already said both of them.
Yeah. I guess I'm not gonna think of a better dog name than Balto.
Let's go with it.
What do you got, Randy? And Alex?
Yeah. As soon as he said "fuck it,"
Show me Rover.
Oh, nice. I had no guess at all. Let's go with that.
Is the rover a disc?
Oh yeah, Balto, the great fucking wanderer.
Dude, I was in on Balto. I was all for it.
I don't even know what Balto is.
I don't need to
but-
Google it.
Come on.
I've heard the name before. Wasn't it like an animated dog though?
Well, yeah, but like it was actually based on a real dog. So
Was
like
it?
that's why I was kind of buying in.
Okay, it was 1925 Siberian Husky sled dog. I was kind of close.
All right.
You were close enough. Well,
It means wanderer, Balto?
No, but it was 1925 was
Nobody
kind of
knows.
close to 1905 or whatever.
Is the Rover a disc? It's not an MVP disc. In fact, I think MVP's cart is the Rover.
are we saying no right now?
I don't know, because as soon as we do, it's going to be yes.
That's what.
That's
I
what
don't
he
know.
wants us to think?
Yeah, that he planned this whole thing out from the beginning.
True. Honestly, I'm good saying either way.
You got me convinced on the no because of the cart thing. This is like when it's a plastic type.
Right?
But like it's a good disc name, kind of. I don't know.
It's certainly better than the bird dog.
It is. It's better than shrapnel.
Hmm.
Shrapnel wasn't a disc, though.
I know, but it set the bar at least somewhere. We should go yes.
All right. Sounds good to me.
All right, let's go yes.
Millennium Golf Discs
Nice.
Let's go.
today, September
Hey.
23rd,
Oh, nice.
2024. Does that put you guys at 10?
I believe so, yeah.
And you get the next question. The American Kennel Club says that the Old English what is the archetypal shaggy dog famous for his peekaboo hairdo? The American Kennel Club says that the Old English what is the archetypal shaggy dog famous for his peekaboo hairdo?
I have no clue.
It's the dog from like the.
Yeah,
it's a
I-
sheepdog,
Is it a sheepdog?
but I don't know if that's the word we're looking for. Is sheepdog.
I think I know the dog you're talking about. Like, I have a picture of a dog in my head. I just have no idea what it's called.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's just gonna be sheepdog. I don't know if there's a name for that dog.
I mean, Old English sheepdog. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. It feels like a pretty good setup.
I'm into it. Why not?
We've locked it up anyway. No need to agonize over this.
Oh wow! All right, let's send it.
Is the sheepdog a disc?
I mean, somebody made a bird dog. Sheepdog feels like a step in the more likely to be a disc direction. And we're saying yes to everything else.
We haven't said no yet. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
I'm sorry, no.
Dang it.
Corey and Jaimen.
Shit.
Final question. According to the title of a 1962 bestseller by Charles Schulz, happiness is a warm what? According to the title of a 1962 bestseller by Charles Schulz, happiness is a warm what?
Beagle?
I don't really know how you say that statement without sounding kind of weird.
Yeah. Charles Schulz is the Peanuts writer, though, so I'm assuming it's referring to Snoopy, who I think is a beagle.
Wow. Okay. I can't argue with that logic. Beagle.
You guys good?
Yeah.
What do you got, Randy?
Shut up.
I was
you make
almost
so
saying
bought
that.
into it.
No, I didn't make that up.
He's 100% right. Snoopy was a beagle,
Okay.
and Charles Schulz created Snoopy.
It was so convincing. I couldn't imagine that was going to be wrong.
I had already written it down.
Yeah. No, I was so into it. So we're going corn dog on this one, right?
Sure.
I got nothing else.
Is
Is it just dog?
Fucking corn dog, too.
According to the title of a 1962 bestseller by Charles Schulz, happiness is a warm what?
It's a warm gun because this is beetles, not dogs. I don't know.
I got nothing.
Yeah, a beetle dog.
Best friend is the only other. No, warm best friend. That's weird too. Everything's
Is it
weird
just
if you
warm
say
dog?
warm. It's just dog. It's literally just dog.
It could just be dog. I don't know. We don't need to stress over this one.
No, we don't. But I'm
Whatever
stressing.
you feel
Do you want to just go dog? No,
Sure.
that makes no. That's so weird. A warm dog. That's like the weirdest. Like not litter. Who writes just a warm dog?
like.
I want to go corn dog. Let's go corn dog.
Sure, corn dog. Why not?
Send it.
Happiness is a warm puppy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Destiny Dynamic Discs, January 1st, 1980.
whoa.
1980, Corey.
That was like so long ago.
So Randy and Alex, I have at 11, Corey and Jaimen at 4.
That was close.
We got the same amount of their questions right as we got our own questions.
The only other thing I wanted to go over was Long Island Open. We'll save that for next week. Anybody have anything before we go? What's Jason's tournament?
Stonewall Classic.
Stonewall Classic is October
13th?
It'll be Sunday right after Team Challenge for a lot of people. Plenty of spots still open. Battle of Saratoga is October 5th. First match of Stony Killers is October 5th. Stony Kill doubles this Wednesday, so the past Wednesday when people are hearing this. That's our end of year celebration. Andrew Dorrell ended up winning it to no one's surprise.
So thank you, Randy, Corey, Alex, and thanks for coming on, Mark, and sweet up, Hudson Valley.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, everybody. I just got to go turn the volume down on the TV because I got Wheel of Fortune on because the game's coming on right after. I'll be right back.
I think it's inverted for me because I Jeopardy just started for me.
Jeopardy 7:30, Wheel of Fortune 7:00.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune just ended.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's still the case. I don't really watch TV anymore, but that's...
What happened?
I have Wheel of Fortune just ended and Jeopardy is just starting.
That's weird because Jeopardy just ended and Wheel of Fortune is just starting
What?
on ABC.
I'm on Spectrum.
Is that like a upstate, downstate thing?
I guess
I don't
so.
know.
There must be a dividing line of when Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. my entire life growing up, it was always Wheel of Fortune at 7, Jeopardy at 7:30.
I don't know. I got DirecTV.
Oh, it's probably some DirecTV, but expect that from a satellite company in 2024.
Well, it's actually the streaming version.
Oh.
I mean, I got technically both, but I don't use the box. I just use the streamer because TV's a lot different than I was growing up. So, Corey, you were saying this is a big game. What game? 2 games tonight, right? Washington and then...
No, yeah, the Bills game. So, my team and my Brian Bickersmith keeper league has historically sucked every single year. And where did he say this? Damn, hang on. Wait a second. Pat will fix this all in editing. So I'm playing against Brian Bickersmith this week in fantasy football, and my team always has sucked ass. I think after maybe the Thursday games or at least Sunday morning, Bryan shit talks our group chat and said that a few of us are taking an ice bath storyline is heating up, and I was one of them. And then by some miracle, my team kind of pops off and his doesn't. And literally going into this game, at least the projections, this Buffalo Bills game, the projections has me winning by 0.7 points. After Bryan was just shit talking me for projecting to win by like 30 to 40 points. So basically he spoke a little too soon. So before this game starts, I need Josh Allen and the Buffalo kicker to get 34 points, basically to beat Bryan. So I got a lot riding on this game.
That's not impossible.
I'm pretty sure I'm 0-2 in the league, so it would be great if my first win came against Bryan.
I had the second highest point total in the first week and lost because I played against the guy with the highest point total.
That always sucks.
And then this week, I think I'm like middle of the road, but I'm up by like 30 points. But he's got 2 guys playing tonight, so who knows?
I had Rahid Shaheed on my bench for week 1 and 2 and lost because of it. Started him this week and he got 0 points. So yeah, that seems about par for the course for me. You keeping track of the game at all there, Corey?
Oh, yeah.
You feeling good?
I basically won before the half, I think. I was scared
Nice.
that they were going to just put the burners on the Jags and just have them stop throwing. But after that last...
What did you need?
I needed like 30 points or whatever between Josh Allen and the kicker to beat Bickersmith this week in fantasy football, obviously. But around either just before or just after the 4 o'clock games yesterday, he sent me a text basically talking shit that I was going to have a better chance of taking the ice bath at the end of the year after this week. And since he made that comment, I've been whooping his ass.
Nice.
Well, kind of. I've already predicted a win. At this point, Josh Allen has like 36.5 points in my league, and freaking Tyler Bass has 2. So now I'm like beating Bryan by 4 points. But I was a little concerned at the beginning when my freaking, in my time of need to go 1 and 2 on the season so far, the freaking kicker misses a field goal.
Yeah, the extra point kick. That's always uncommon. I thought you needed 34 points from those 2 players like in the game. I was like, oh shit, you're so close.
Oh yeah,
I don't understand fantasy at all.
But also, we do like extra points for long plays. I'm surprised none of those touchdowns or anything were like 40 plus yards. But
no,
Yeah,
they've
it's
just
all
been
been-
steadily driving.
Yeah.
I need him to throw it to Dalton Kincaid one more time, and then I'll be safe.
okay, actually, the other storyline that kind of developed is in the history of both leagues. I don't think I've ever, like, one league is probably 3 or 4 years old, the other one is like 8 or some shit. I don't think I've ever had the highest score in a week and like gotten it. I don't think it's ever happened. And in my league with Bryan, I think I'm in the running for Yahoo Fantasy. I'm projected to get the highest points, but I'm currently back by 8. And I have Josh Allen. In my other league, I popped off without Josh Allen, and I'm going for top points. But the guy that's like I'm battling with has Josh Allen.
Oh no!
So like I'm kind of rooting for Josh Allen, but at the same time, I'm like
Not too much.
not rooting for Josh. So anyway, it would be kind of cool if I got highest points in both leagues. But I don't know how it's going to work out since I'm kind of stuck to Josh Allen.